Hi,
Hola. Like to get in my shoe.
just another day in paradise.
Yeah.
So, we are
In Santa Pola.
Santa Pola today,
Here we are.
but we were going to talk about. We see a lot of people talking about
Excuse
people,
me. Ginny smells something. She's
Yeah.
off for a sniff.
the star of the show is with us.
Ginny's here today.
We've heard a lot of people talking about why Brits are moving home.
A couple of people, it's come up in conversation lately.
Yeah, people have been talking about it on our channel saying, what is the real reason that Brits are moving back to the UK?
Yeah.
What are the real reasons?
Well, there's lots of reasons, isn't there? I think people think, oh, there must be one big reason why.
Yeah, and they always say
People,
it's Brexit. Don't
people they go back to the UK for all sorts of reasons. Money. They maybe couldn't make it work if they're working age, whatever. A lot of people go back because they miss their families and they miss
Yes.
being near familiar things, their
Yes.
friends and families. That's a big reason as well.
Yeah.
A lot of people discover they just don't like being that far away. Some people it's age, health related.
Yep.
You know, they're not comfortable with Spanish hospitals or whatever, even when English is
Generally,
quite widely spoken.
Yeah, but it's generally
It can
because they
still be
don't speak
daunting
Spanish. Yeah.
because you don't speak Spanish. So there's always that worry as well. When people are older, they go home, they want to be around. We know quite a few people have gone home for health reasons
Yeah.
because they need more health care in their later years and they would rather be back in the UK where everything's familiar, everything's easy to understand.
Yes.
Oh, there she
And
goes again.
Then there is the added pressure from family. Is one
Yes.
other reason. Added pressure from family when one of the spouses sadly passes away. Now, since we've been here, coming to the end of our 4th year here in Spain, we've been to
We've seen that happen.
We've been to 4 funerals in the last 4 years,
Yeah.
and we see the pressure that people are under from families to come
Yeah.
home, to go back home. And some people are reluctant to do it because, I mean, one person that we were talking to just yesterday, he's reluctant to do it because he went home just for a week,
It
and
was very, very cold and he didn't like it.
his arthritis in his hand flared
Yeah.
up. He doesn't have any issue with his arthritis in his hand when he's here. Now, yes, he is here himself, and you know it is a part of life.
But he has friends and
he has
a life.
friends, yes,
Yeah.
and family.
I think some people can find it quite isolating if they've lost a partner.
Yes,
And in those circumstances, again, that's quite a common one, particularly because there is an older generation of Brits who've been
Yes.
out here for a number of years.
yeah. There's
And
people.
It's starting to
Yeah.
affect a lot of more
There's-
people now.
There's a big population that have been here for the best part of 20 years or
Yeah.
more, and at any point they're going to get to the end of life scenario. And it is about where do you want to end your life? Do you want to end your life here and get buried here?
It sounds terrible when you put it like
I know,
that.
well, it is.
It is
but
a reality, you know, we're
it
not
is the
here
reality.
forever.
Yeah. I'll remember one thing that my dad said to me back in 2021, and he said, "Is there anybody your own age round about where you stay?" Because he knew.
Not at that time.
Not at that time there wasn't. No. Well, there were, but it was away up Lost Dolces
Yeah.
and
Well, it wasn't
up
near us.
that wasn't near us, no. But he understands that he's seen it himself, and there's no changes from the 1990s when people retired in Spain and a spouse passed on, and people moved home. But it's just social media today makes it sound like it's happening even more. And is it happening because of Brexit? Is it happening because there's no jobs? Well, the people that are generally going home are pensioners. And that yes, there are people of working age that are going home
We've
because
seen it happen as well.
they can't
Because
make it
people
work.
came out the same time as us, round about the same age group as
Yeah.
us. I don't know, is it like 50-50 for the amount that are still here and the amount that ended up going back after the first year?
There was people
I don't know.
we know people that
We
have
know a
came
few.
over on non-lucrative visas and went back after 10 months.
Yeah, so people ask us, do we think we'll ever go back to the UK? That's a common question. Safe to say no, definitely not in the plans. I think we have planned pretty well for the future. We have got good plans in place for our retirement. We're quite comfortable with the public health system here. I
Yep.
think it's fantastic. And obviously we can speak about that firsthand now,
Yes,
can't
exactly.
we?
I know.
Which wasn't expected, but it is good to have that knowledge and experience as well. So I can't see a single reason why we would go back.
No. And plus our kids don't want us to come back.
No, they like being able to come to Spain
Yeah.
for holidays.
Yeah, I
They
know.
do, they like it. Our families and friends do, so
And I've got to say, if you're looking for somewhere
I know.
that has beachfront properties, nobody talks about Santa Pola really.
Santa Pola, it's
Santa
a lovely
Pola.
town,
It's
it is.
absolutely beautiful. And I'll tell you one thing, you've got everything that you need here.
And look at this,
And look at the beach.
look at this. It's the 23rd of November?
23rd of November.
We are at the end of the month. And it's a stunning day. Isn't it, Ginny Boo?
Absolutely beautiful.
Yay! Come on, Boo. So yeah, some of the good things, the positive things, obviously we bang on about it all the time. The quality of life that we have here compared to the UK is just brilliant. You know, the outdoor lifestyle, that kind of thing, the climate. You can't underestimate what your environment does for your positive mental health, you know. The other thing is low cost of living. Our living costs are definitely a lot less in the UK. Our utilities on a month-to-month basis are far less than what we pay. Now, yeah, okay, we don't need to run central heating 365 days a year. We don't have to do things like that, but it is definitely cheaper. I know it is. I've compared bills. So yeah, we've got all that. So people in the UK tend to be, everything's very materialistic. And it's quite often it's about, you know, what kind of car do you drive? It's not what do you do for a living, it's how much do you earn? You know, where do you live? What's your house like? What car are you driving? And I have found in Spain, and this is definitely a cultural thing, where there's less emphasis on the materialistic side of things and far more emphasis on, are you happy? Do you enjoy your life? And that's a big cultural difference between being in Spain and living and being in, you know, Spanish people in the UK culture. It is definitely more about when you meet people, they want to know if you're happy. You know, they don't care what kind of car you drive. They don't ask you, what do you do for a living? Oh, how much do you earn? They take an interest in these things, but it would never occur to someone to say, how much do you get paid for that? And that is very much a cultural thing. And it's one of the things I love about Spain.
The reality is that living in Spain,
It's not all plain sailing.
330 odd days of the year,
Blue sky,
Yeah.
sunshine. It is
That
the
makes
end
all
of
the difference.
November. Makes a huge difference.
and especially today when there's so much snow back home. Anyway, anything else you would like to add?
No, that's it. You know, people ask us about, you know, it's nice to see a bit of the reality and real life,
Yeah.
which is what we try to do. I mean, I'm not saying it's all plain sailing. It's definitely not. It's day-to-day life. You face the same challenges as you would no matter where you live in the world.
Yeah, I know.
But that big blue sky,
Makes all of the
the
difference.
November sunshine, it definitely makes it easier to cope with the challenges as they come along, shall we say.
There's one thing I can confirm. I am a completely changed person since I moved here. I'm more relaxed, I'm less stressed, way less stressed,
Yes,
way less
I
stressed.
agree with that.
Yeah,
For a working person.
for working, for
and
when you're working here.
Yeah, the pace of life, it's a very stress-free.
Yeah,
It is.
and that,
It's because they know how to enjoy life.
and just
Which
relax.
follows on from what I was saying earlier. It's about, you know,
Yeah.
being happy, enjoying your life,
Yep.
not being caught in that rat trap.
Do you know what? I've not seen any here. Graffiti.
There you go.
And on that
Santa
note-
Cola. So, is there anything you want to know? I mean, pop it in the comments and ask, because we do try and read them, and it is nice to get some feedback and things that you want us to talk about. So, yeah, let us know. What do
No.
you want to know?
We'll try our best. Hasta luego.
Hasta luego.